So let's start with a definition. So depression. It's such an overused word in our society. Good golly. So I'm going to make this elemental. Part of the human condition is we have our good days and our bad days. All of us get depressed, okay? I misstep and my wife yells at me. My dog nips my ankle. My boss gives me a hard time. I'm a bit blue, okay? That is not depression. That's just, a bad day. Bad day at the ranch, okay? Depression is an illness, and it's got very specific criteria, okay? First off, for someone to meet criteria for, you see that funny little acronym there, DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual. This is the psychiatrist's Bible that defines illnesses very specifically. To meet criteria, number one, the patient has to report either sadness, persistent sadness, every day, most of the day, or persistent loss of interest in activities they enjoy every day, most of the day, for at least 2 weeks straight. So there's a duration criteria, and it's either diminished mood or diminished interest, but wait, there's more. This is like an infomercial. They also have to have 4 of 8, and you say, what the heck is that word? SIGI caps. This is a beautiful acronym for the 8 symptoms, physical and psychological symptoms of depression. S for sleep, disturbances in sleep, or sometimes sleeping too much. I for disturbances in interest, the things one enjoys, including sex, libido. G for how one feels about themselves, persistent feelings of guilt or hopelessness, helplessness, worthlessness. E for energy. With the disorder, the illness of major depression, people usually report 0 energy. They are sluggish. They can't start or initiate activities. C for concentration, attention, memory. They're no longer able to think straight and do their job, be it at work or in the house. A for appetite, and this is either loss of, generally speaking, that's the case with depression, with associated weight loss, but sometimes in what we call atypical depression, it's hyperphagia or increased appetite, really dramatic consumption. P is a symptom that the examiner sees. This is psychomotor, either retardation, where the patient just looks slowed down, moves slowly, talks slowly, or psychomotor agitation, where they fidget, they pick at their nails, they pull their hair, they're restless in their chair. And then the last one in the SIGI caps, but really the key one, the bullseye, if you will, S for suicidal ideation, attempts, or plans. So imagine, every day, most of the day, for at least 2 weeks, you've lost interest in the things you love. You feel blue, you're tearful, you're crying, you're not sure why. You're not sleeping at all well, your appetite's gone south, you've lost weight, you're having a heck of a time concentrating. You notice that you feel guilty about things in the past that you did, or maybe things in the past you didn't do but should have done. Your family, your partner tells you that you look like you're moving in slow motion, okay? You have 0 energy, and that's every day, most of the day, for 2 weeks. It's not out of line to imagine that if this is how life's going to be, I kind of hope I go to sleep tonight and maybe the Lord will take me, okay? So there's the syndrome of major depression, either persistent sadness or persistent loss of interest every day, most of the day, for 2 weeks straight, with 4 of those 8 symptoms. And that's the diagnosis of this biological illness, depression, okay? Now, you'll notice that there's a panorama here, just like we have pneumonia as a disease state, but we have different types of pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia, viral pneumonia, fungal pneumonia. We have different subsets of major depression, okay? Melancholia. SADS is seasonal affective disorder syndrome, where people seem to develop this in winter months and come out of it in spring and summer. Delusional major depressive disorder, where people have these symptoms, plus they have false, firm, fixed ideas that perhaps they have a cancer, even though their doctors say you have no illness, or that they're rotting from the inside out, or that they're about to be impoverished, okay? Failure to thrive, another subset. I see it all the time in the hospital. These are usually older people who've had a surgery, and as they're recovering from maybe a total hip, they're not eating, and they're not moving, and they're not sleeping, okay? And then bereavement. We're currently hard at work as we revise our diagnostic manual at looking at a new diagnostic category called complicated bereavement or prolonged bereavement. We know that grief is normal, but we also know that there's a type of grief that's abnormal. So those are subsets.